Good evening, everyone. My name is Marian Hakim, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to this special event, the Faculty of Health Sciences Student Award Ceremony. Tonight, we gather to celebrate the incredible achievements of the graduating students of FHS. As a fellow graduating student, I stand before you with immense pride, knowing firsthand the incredible hard work that it took to reach this moment. Now, before we start, I want you to take a second and just look around you. What you see is more than just a crowd. It's a story of ambition, of late nights and early mornings, of setbacks turned into comebacks, of students who didn't just study public health, medical lab, medical imaging, or environmental health. We lived it. We fought for it, and tonight we celebrate it. This isn't just another award ceremony. This is a testament to your grit, your growth, and your greatness. To the fellow faculties and staff, thank you so much for always pushing us and reminding us why we started. To the families and friends who stood by us, thank you. And to the fellow graduating students, tonight is for you. Now, as I begin in opening this unforgettable event, I ask you to stand proudly for the Lebanese national anthem, followed by AUB's alma mater. This yearly occasion holds a significance for all of us at the faculty, as it presents the opportunity to celebrate our graduating class with well-deserved awards and to pay tribute to all the exceptional students who have been recognized for their outstanding achievements. And now, it is with great pleasure that I invite to the stage the esteemed Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dean Dr. Abla Mahyusibai.
Provost Dawi, esteemed VPs, distinguished guests, esteemed donors, dear faculty and staff, and most importantly, proud parents, good evening. And to our awardees and graduates of the Faculty of Health Sciences, Class 2025, congratulations, big applause. So graduation week is and will always be one of the most memorable milestones in your lives. Today, you say goodbye to unforgettable years, to the dear friends, faculty, and staff who have become like family, to a campus that nourished your soul, your body, and your mind, and to a journey that has challenged you, inspired you, and shaped you in countless ways. Much has happened in the past few years. These have deprived you of a normal academic experience, but at the same time made you stronger and more resourceful. You have endured the shock of a catastrophic port explosion and survived a crippling national crisis. You persisted through a brutal war that disrupted your lives and brought much destruction to our country, thrusting many into deeper poverty and deprivation. And to this day, unfortunately, we remain deeply shocked and shaken by the world's deafening silence and the complicity in the ongoing genocidal war on Gaza. Despite all these hardships and in the face of all adversities and uncertainties, you continue to learn, to grow, and to thrive. We have witnessed you navigate the waves and using your skills to aid others, engaging in with policymakers in the local community and with service providers. You all accomplished extraordinary things. We witnessed you conducting humanitarian assessments and led WASH trainings. You organized blood drives and helped raise funds for internally displaced persons, for pregnant women, for cancer patients. You convened rallies on climate change, renewable energy, and environmental justice. You even co-authored papers with faculty and supported AUB projects as well as national initiatives. You were our voice in UN forums and so much more. The real world actually came for you long before graduation. You were learning both from the streets and from your mentors in class. You did not simply study public health, you lived it. You lived its deepest values, solidarity, service, and strength under pressure. Class of 2025, you made it, and you made it with brilliance and against all odds. To you all, to your loving families, to your parents who stood beside you, and to our esteemed donors who believed in our mission, a heartfelt word of appreciation and a big round of applause once more. In spite of some recent tranquility in the country, the past few months have brought dramatic and overwhelming changes to the globe, disrupting much of what we once believed to be largely stable. Steep funding cuts to major UN agencies, to public health programs, to research institutions are actually threatening to undo many of the past advances in public health and are deepening public distrust in science. Combined with a range of intersecting and interrelated polycrises, the climate crisis, environmental degradation, geopolitical conflicts, displacements, emergency preparedness, this era is definitely marked with unprecedented uncertainties and challenges unlike any before. So where does public health fit or fall in all of this? What is our role, your role, as public health scholars, as activists, and most importantly, as human beings? In these times of uncertainties, there is no room for randomness. I cannot help but think of you to generate accurate and timely data, pushing for evidence-based policies and programs. In today's interconnected world of complex polycrises, the interdisciplinary nature of public health calls for you to take the lead and to apply systems thinking addressing health challenges. When health policies are shaped by economic greed, and are driven by economic corporate interests, I cannot help but think and rely on your voice, the voice of truth, to combat disinformation and restore public trust in the science. Your mission today has never been more important, and your work has never been more needed. Public health is a calling. It's a calling to lead, to innovate, to build systems, and to shape discourse. It requires agents of change, people driven by selfless commitment, empathy, and a humble yet steadfast dedication. Because at the end of the day, you are the silent heroes, and the impact of your work is actually invisible to many, but it is there. It is in the lives saved. It is in the years added. It is in the clean water we drink. It is in the good food we eat, the epidemic which never occurred, the suffering before it begins, and the disease before it erupts. Conscious of the enormity of the challenges ahead, you leave us equipped with a wealth of skills to advance all of the above and drive a meaningful change. Graduates of 2025, stay curious, stay humble, stay connected. Leave this university with wonderful memories and lifelong connections with your mentors and classmates. Again, Alf Mabruk, and thank you.
We now move to our next segment, and I invite Dean Sibai to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Nasser Yassin.
So, who doesn't know Dr. Nasser Yassin? Do you need an introduction? Just a few words. Dr. Nasser Yassin is a policy expert, an academic, a dear colleague, and the former Minister of Environment in Lebanon. During his tenure, he led the national reform agenda concentrated on sustainable development, governance, and community engagement, especially during Lebanon's post-2019 crisis period. He was appointed to lead the National Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan during the 2023 Gaza war, managing humanitarian coordination for over 1 million displaced people. Dr. Yassin is also a professor, a senior policy advisor, have taught here at the Faculty of Health Sciences, at Qatar University, and at Duke University. He has held senior leadership roles at the American University of Beirut, including directing its Policy Institute. Dr. Yassin is a published scholar with over 50 international publications, including 3 books, and has advised many UN agencies and government on policy reforms and crisis response across the Middle East. Dr. Yassin, the floor is yours.
مساء الخير. Thank you so much, Dean Sibai. I lost my voice. It's because of the pollution. Things deteriorated when we left, I think. I'm joking. First, off the script in Arabic, مساء الخير. مساء الخير زملائي في الجامعة الأمريكية في بيروت. مساء الخير الأهل والخريجين والخريجات. كنت عم بحكي مع دكتور ماجردي، نحن زرعنا هودي الشجرتين الزيتون يمكن من 30 سنة تقريبا، ولما زرعناهم أكيد ما كنا عم نفكر أنه حنرجع يمكن يوم من الأيام نوقف تحتهم. زرعهم أنذاك وزير البيئة، كان وزير دولي لشؤون البيئة جاك جو خضريان، وكانت وقتها دكتور جردي وكثير من الفاكولتي، كنا تلاميذ بعد. دكتور سلطي كان رئيس المنتدب. فشعور جميل جدا لما الواحد يرجع على الفاكولتي ويشوف هودي الشجرات، بيشوف أهمية هيدي البذرة انه بتضل قائمة، بتضل عم تزهر. بعتقد هيدي الفاكولتي وهيدي روح كلية الصحة وهيدي روح الجامعة الأمريكية في بيروت. Provost, dear Provost, VPs, Dean, esteemed colleagues, graduates, awardees, families, and friends. It's truly a great honor to be here with you this evening. Being at FHS or coming back to FHS, to the Faculty of Health Sciences, is always like being home. We never felt but this place as home. These classrooms where we stand, behind us, this courtyard, this campus, is really very much, they've shaped the way we think. And more importantly, the way we engage in the world. Personally, it's this place and this campus and this building and the dynamics of this faculty through the discussions, through the learning, and later through the teaching and through the research that shaped the way I engage in the world. And it was here that I learned that public health is not only a discipline, it's a great discipline, but it's a commitment to confront the intertwined challenges we face in the world. It's really the way we engage in the world through this lens of public health that we learned in this place. And this evening, I'd like to speak a bit about leadership in public health, but leadership in general. And I want to use a metaphor that perhaps we rarely use, the metaphor of senses. Maybe we speak a lot about senses, but I'm going to talk a bit about senses and some lessons from sensing around in the past 4 years or so. And first, I would like to say, or start with a story about the sense of smell. Perhaps the least we do in this place is studying the epidemiology of smell. But I want to talk about my first field visit I did as a minister to the port of Beirut. That was in September 2021. Maybe we forgot about, that time. But after taking office, I decided to go and check the port, and particularly the devastated grain silos there in the port, with Dr. Muhammad Abyad, who's happening to be here today. Dr. Abyad used to work as advisor to the technical committee, leading the technical committee, scientific committee on this. So we went there and we stood before this haunting scene of the silos that were really shattered and destroyed. The explosion, as you remember, happened in August 2020, but the smell of the rotten grain remained until then. For more than a year, the grain was rotting in the port of Beirut. And it was the first experience I had. It wasn't the smell of the palaces. It wasn't the smell of the offices. The first experience as a minister was the smell of the rotten grain. And the air was filled really with this awful, and it was more than just an odor. I don't think it was just the smell. It was a smell of neglect. It was a smell of systems that allowed this to decay. And really smell of many, many questions that remained unanswered. My first sense as a minister was smelling, metaphorically and physically. And the scent lingered for days. And with it, the realization that our work was not only about removing waste or restoring a building. It was about confronting the deeper rot in our system, the erosion of trust and the decay of institutions and the silence of accountability or lack of it. That smell became the first call of action. But I want to talk about a second sense. I think that's a sense we tend to talk about a lot in public health, and the sense of hearing. Leadership, we learn, begins with listening, and that's for sure. But listening is not only, the thing we need to do. It's not only about, listening to some of the research and listening to voices and so on. So the first thing after going into the silos, I decided to listen to the communities. Again, with Dr. Hassan Daini, my colleague, who happens to be here as an FHSer, but also Jawad Sbaiti and others, really both FHS graduates and alumni and FHS community members, we decided to visit the communities in Lebanon. So we visited hundreds of communities across the country, north to south, east to west, Beirut to Biqa', Akkar to Nabatieh, to the borders of Lebanon, across all the borders. And in every village, town, and neighborhood, people were not just numbers. They were just not recipients of aid later in the crisis response. They were storytellers. They were problem solvers. They were citizens. And they demanded to be heard with a lot of dignity. So effective public health leadership is rooted in this act of deep listening, indeed with a lot of humility, consistency, and care. But the third sense I'd like to talk about is the sense of sight. It's more than just seeing. It's about developing a lens. And I think this lens, we talked a lot about here in the classes, Dr. Zrahi, Dr. Nwayed, and other colleagues. A way to perceive systems, structures, and power. At FHS, we learn that public health lives not only in health centers and hospitals, but in how we design our communities, how we design our places and cities, how we manage our resources, and how we write our policies with Dr. Jaldali, and how we put our laws. This is the very fabric of governing and the art of governance. And it's both scientific and political. Because health outcomes, and I think we learned this a lot, but just to make sure, health outcomes are really shaped as much as by policy and science, but also by social, economic, and political systems. And this is really about the lens we need to use, and I think We exhaust a lot of research and discussions on this lens. This lens is what enables us and you to see the whole picture and, of course, to act on it. And the fourth sense, if I may say, is the sense of feeling, of really leading with your heart. In office, in public office, I found again and again that the real change was driven not by the loudest voices. You hear a lot of these in Parliament. Or the biggest titles. I wanted to put this in my hand, so okay, I'll put it. But those who lead with passion, conviction, and service. By those who care and care deeply and consistently for the common good of this country. These are the qualities I've seen in my colleagues at FHS before, and I see them now in our graduates. And so to our graduates, this is the real moment. You're stepping into a world, as Dean Sibai mentioned, full of uncertainty, ambiguity, complexity, but you're not stepping to this unprepared. You carry with you not only the technical expertise, which is great, but a sharpened set of senses. The ability to smell decay before it spreads, to hear communities before they cry out, to see systems clearly through this lens, and to lead with empathy and purpose. You're not just graduates, you're future civil servants, researchers, educators, advocates, civil society actors, ministers, MPs, and mayors, and more than ever, the world needs people like you, people trained to think critically, act ethically, and lead with a lot of courage. So let me close where I began, Dean Sibai, with a lot of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me back, at least for tonight. Thank you for shaping so many journeys, including my own. And to our graduates and the awarded ones with their families, congratulations on this remarkable milestone. May your path ahead be one of integrity, impact, and justice. Keep feeling the pulse of our society. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nasser Yassin. Next up in our program is the distribution of the FHS Awards to the undergraduate students. These awards recognize academic excellence, leadership, commitment to citizenship and social justice, demonstration of tolerance and inclusivity, and giving back to the community. Our first award is the Kiram Sanyura Memorial Prize in Public Health. This award is given in memory of Kiram Sanyura, a passionate advocate of social development and child protection in Lebanon. The award is given to the FHS undergraduate student with the highest grade point average in public health programs. I call upon Mrs. Rana Sanyura and the chairperson of the Environmental Health Program, Dr. May Jordi, to join us on stage. And the Kiram Sanyura Memorial Prize in Public Health goes to Sofia Jalich. Our second award is the Abdel Basit Ahmad Sanyura Memorial Prize in Health Professions. This award is given in memory of Abdel Basit Ahmad Sanyura, a highly vigilant and resilient entrepreneur. To honor his memory and his belief in education and perseverance, his family established this award, which is given to the FHS undergraduate student with the highest grade points average in one of the disciplines of health professions. I call upon Mr. Abdelbasit Ahmed Sanyuro and the Director of the Division of Health Professions, Dr. Nada Milhim, to join us on stage. The Abdelbasit Ahmed Sanyuro Memorial Prize in Health Professions goes to Abdelkader Atrosh. Our third award is the Raghda Kurdi Exceptional Leader Endowed Award. Ms. Kurdi has a BS in pharmacy from the American University of Beirut in 1977. She was the first woman founding CEO of Hayat Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Company. In Jordan, Ms. Kurdi received the Bronze Award for Entrepreneurship Women in Business Award 2012 from the UN Trade and Development Arm of the United Nations after competing with 10 different women from 33 countries. This award is bestowed upon a female student who exemplifies a remarkable combination of academic excellence and outstanding leadership skills. The recipient of this award has not only excelled academically, but has also made significant contributions to her community through various meaningful activities and engagements. I call upon the chairperson of the Environmental Health Program, Dr. May Jordi, to join us on stage. And the award goes to Sofia Jalich. Our fourth award is the Lina Jazi Environmental Excellence Award. Lina Jazi holds a bachelor's in environmental health from FHS and a master's in environmental science from the University of Texas. She founded Terra Nova Consulting in Houston, Texas in 1997, which is now one of the most renowned environmental firms in Texas. In 2020, she became AUB's Associate Vice President of Alumni Relations in North America and General Secretary of WAAUB. She's a philanthropist and a believer in the right of education to all. I call upon Zain Jazi, nephew of Ms. Lina Jazi, to join us on stage. This awardee is a top-performing graduating student consistently on the Dean's Honors List. With a minor in political science, she stands out for her academic excellence, leadership, and strong commitment to environmental health and sustainability. She received the Gold Award certificate from the Voice of Future Generations for her short story, Saving Cedario, focused on SDGs 13 and 15, and published in the 2024 Futures Anthology. As a model UN and Arab League advisor, she trains students on topics like climate change, renewable energy, and environmental justice. She also co-authored a scoping review on COVID-19 and worker well-being in the MENA region. Her outreach includes leading WASH training, climate rallies, and humanitarian assessments during the 2024 conflict, demonstrating exceptional dedication and impact in the field. And the award goes to Sofia Jalich. Our final undergraduate award is the Penrose Award. It is given in recognition of the best combination of the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and contribution to university as a whole. I call upon the Director of the Division of Health Professions, Dr. Nada Milham, and the Chair of the Penrose Award Committee and Director of the Center for Public Health Practice, Ms. Aline Germani, to join us on stage. And the winner of this year's Penrose Award is Ahmad Akhdar. Ahmad Akhdar, the floor is yours.
To those who stood beside us through fear and failure and celebrated with us in joy, good evening. My dearest mentor lived by a simple quote: always give credit where credit is due. With that, I want to give credit to everyone who's been the backbone of my success. To my mentors, professors, and every faculty member who's been part of my journey, thank you for pushing me beyond what I thought possible. To my family, thank you for every sacrifice you made so I could stand here today. This achievement is as much yours as it is mine. And most importantly, to my partner, my loudest cheerleader, thank you for believing in me even when I didn't believe in myself. Now, I know this might not surprise some of you, but I'm a big fan of Star Wars. So, of course, I've got a quote ready. And yes, I considered doing the voice, but let's just say I was strongly advised against it. One of my favorite moments from Star Wars comes when Master Yoda tells Luke Skywalker, "Pass on what you have learned. Strength, mastery, but weakness, folly, failure also. Yes, failure most of all. The greatest teacher, failure is." And Master Yoda was right. Failure teaches us in ways success never could. When I first arrived at AUB, I carried both fear and pride. Pride in getting to study at the top institution in the region, and fear that maybe I didn't belong. That fear found its voice after my very first exam. One low grade was all it took to shake my confidence. I started to believe I wasn't good enough, that I didn't belong at the UB. But over time, after always finding my way back following failure, I began to see things differently. I realized that failure wasn't proof that I didn't belong, but rather proof that I was growing. So I allowed it to be one of my most powerful teachers. As I began to feel like I truly belonged at AUB, I started getting more involved. In fact, just 2 hours ago, I gave the opening remarks at the Camp Carnival, the largest STEM outreach event in the region, where we sparked curiosity in hundreds of young minds through fun chemistry experiments, some of which involved a lot of foam. So if you saw me earlier and wondered why I was soaking wet and covered in soap, now you know. I mean, 1 minute you're a walking science demo and the next you're in a suit. I guess just a normal day at UB. My journey was anything but linear. It was filled with challenges I never saw coming. It was humbling, sometimes heartbreaking, and often hard to explain. But in those challenging moments, I discovered the strength that comes from starting over. To me, success stopped being about avoiding failure. It became about learning from it, or in other words, failing forward. And now to the beautiful class of 2025, the masters of last-minute submissions, the caffeine-addicted night owls who were studying at 3 a.m. and questioning every life choice at 3:05. Class of 2025, you are absolute warriors. You kept going even at times when the sound of bombs echoed in the distance. Some of you lost friends and loved ones. Some of you lost your homes, but you did not surrender to the chaos around you. And for that, I commend you. Now that we are graduating, I want you to remember that we are not here because everything went right. We were here because we were resilient when everything went wrong. And that resilience, that's our power. Thank you.
Next is the distribution of the FHS awards to the graduate students. These awards recognize excellence and commitment to public health. I invite Dean Sibai to give out these awards. Starting with the Graduate Academic Achievement Award given in recognition of academic excellence, with the winner having the highest grade point average and high-quality dissertation. I call upon the chairperson of the Epidemiology and Population Health Department, Dr. Lilian Ghandour, to join us on stage. The Graduate Academic Achievement Award for the Master of Science goes to Rana Abid. Dr. Lilian. You can stay if you want. The second graduate award is the Dr. Nadim Adib Haddad MPH Academic Achievement Award, established by the Haddad family to honor his contributions to public health in Lebanon and the region. Dr. Haddad joined FHS in 1963, founded the Department of Health Services Administration, and initiated the MPH degree in 1971. He played a key role in our first accreditation and established primary healthcare centers in Bahrain. This award recognizes the graduate student with the highest GPA in the Master of Public Health. Dr. Nadim Adib Haddad MPH Academic Achievement Award goes to Chantal Sarouh. Our eighth award is the WAA-AUB Abu Dhabi Chapter Student Endowed Award, established in 2017 to support the top student in each faculty and the top freshman students who graduated from a high school in Abu Dhabi. I call upon Director of the Development Office, Mr. Ramz Al-Habir, to join us on stage. And the award goes to Mira Kanaan. It is with great honor today that we recognize excellence in the field of public health through the prestigious Delta Omega International Honorary Society, with a profound purpose to encourage and acknowledge outstanding achievements in practice, research, education, and academic pursuits. Delta Omega stands a beacon of distinction in the realm of public health. In 2010, the Faculty of Health Sciences proudly established its own Gamma Delta chapter, a testament to its commitment to foster excellence and recognize exceptional individuals who have made significant contributions to the field. This year, Dr. Fadil Jardali was appointed as the faculty advisor to the Gamma Delta chapter. In parallel, Ms. Maisa Baroud was designated by the Dean as acting president to help reactivate the chapter and further strengthen its engagement within the FHS community. Now, I call upon the Gamma Delta chapter advisor, Dr. Fadil Jardali, to join us on stage and unveil this year's inductees.
Good evening, مساء الخير ومبروك للجميع. As already been said, the Gamma Delta chapter was established in 2010 at the Faculty of Health Sciences here at the American University of Beirut. It's part of the Delta Omega National Network, which recognizes and promotes excellence in public health education and leadership. Being inducted into Delta Omega is not only an academic honor, it's a recognition for a deep and demonstrated commitment for improving public health. Our chapter focuses in fostering the spirit of service, leadership, and inquiry through meaningful activities and also impactful activities. Over the years, we've organized community service projects, awareness campaigns, webinars, and participated in national initiatives and impactful projects. But the heart of our chapter is this very moment, our annual induction ceremony, where we welcome new student members, alumni, faculty, and honorary inductees. Membership is highly selective. Student inductees are chosen from the top 25% of the graduating class, with no more than 20% of graduates being inducted. Of course, based on their academic performance, leadership, and dedication to public health. Candidates usually submit a CV and a letter of motivation detailing their public health engagement, leadership, and commitment to the field. And this is where we can really spot the potential. Of course, department chairs also support the selection process. The selection has become highly competitive in recent years, reflecting the outstanding caliber of the FHS students. This year, 5 inductees have truly earned their place through exceptional dedication to public health and through research, initiative, advocacy, and service. They represent not just the excellence of our academic programs, but the values that define our public health community. To all our new members, congratulations, Alf Mabruk. We are proud to have you join the Gamma Delta chapter and look forward to the impact you will continue to make. So I invite you all to give a warm applause as we congratulate our inductees in 2025. And let me start by Abdurrahman Muhammad, MS Epidemiology. Mabruk. The second inductees, Marian Al-Khouri, MPH Health Promotion Community Health. The third inductees, Nurhan Talhouk, MS Environmental Health. The fourth inductees, Rain Abaid, MS Epidemiology. Congratulations. And last but not least, we have inductees, MPH Health Management and Policy Department, Yusra Al-Zahabi. Warmest congratulations to all. ألف مبروك.
All inductees will receive their official induction certificates in due time. We now move into our final part of our program. As graduates of the faculty, you can now join the network of FHS alumni through the FHS Alumni Chapter. It is an opportunity to connect, build relationships, and give back to FHS. Let us know more about the chapter through our next speaker, Ms. Layal Muhtar. Layal Muhtar is the president of the FHS chapter of the Worldwide Alumni Association of AUB. She holds both a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Public Health from the Faculty of Health Sciences at AUB, and is scheduled to defend her PhD in Public Health and Health Management later this month. Layal has extensive experience in healthcare accreditation and performance improvement and is passionate about bridging academic training with real-world impact. She remains actively engaged in mentoring, collaboration, and strengthening the FHS alumni network, both locally and globally. Ms. Muhtar, the floor is yours.
Good evening. To our dean, faculty, friends, and most of all, our graduating class, I've spent a lot of time thinking of what I could possibly say to a group of people who've already proven so much. You've made it through your academic journey during some of the most uncertain and unstable times. You didn't just graduate, you persisted, you adapted, and you stayed committed, and that deserves real acknowledgement. It's rare to pause like this, not just to say Mabruk, but to truly hold space for what this milestone means. You've crossed a finish line that wasn't just paved with lectures and exams. It was built through blackouts, heartbreaks, and instability, and yet there you are. You've learned to think critically and also to care deeply. You've held contradictions between what should be done, and most of all, you've stayed present, curious, and kind in a world that was tempting not to. As a president of the FHS chapter, I'm here not only to congratulate you, but to welcome you home. You're now part of a global network of FHS alumni, people who carry the mission of public health into hospitals, ministries, NGOs, classrooms, and communities all over the world. You're graduating into a country that hasn't made things easy. That's no secret. But the fact that you chose to stay, to study public health, to believe in systems when they were failing, to believe in people when things felt fragmented, speaks volumes about you. And now, as you graduate, you join something that doesn't end with your degree. The FHS alumni it's not just a database. It's people, it's connection, it's shared sense of responsibility and belonging. We're here across sectors and borders, still asking hard questions, still holding on to values we've gained here. We want you to be part of that, not just guests, but as contributors, because your voice matters. So on behalf of the alumni chapter, we're proud of what you have come, and we are waiting and more excited on what will be next. Congratulations, and see you soon as peers.
As we close this unforgettable chapter, let us carry with us the knowledge we've gained, the friendships we've built, and the values that FHS has instilled in us. We began this journey with curiosity and perhaps uncertainty, but today we leave with purpose, strength, and a shared commitment to make a difference. To our professors, families, and friends, thank you for your constant support. And to the fellow graduating class of 2025, congratulations. Let's celebrate this moment, honor the journey, and step boldly into the future that awaits us. Thank you. To continue our celebration, we have a small buffet, and have a great evening. Yes, of course. To all the awardees, if you can join us on stage to take a group photo. Thank you.